Welcome to the OBM podcast. This is a platform where awareness, new perspectives, healing, and transparent conversations take place. Every mom has a motherhood journey that is unique, yet no mom is alone. So sit back, relax, open your minds, and steady your hearts to hear a mom's journey through motherhood.
Hey, sister friends, welcome to the initial episode of the OBM podcast. Today you have your host, Shanika, but you also have your interviewer, that is my mother, that is off camera. Mama, say hey.
Hey, what's up?
All right, here we go, y'all. Listen, she's interviewing me for my birth story of all them little kids I have. I'm just kidding. All the kids I have, which are 4 of them, 3 pregnancies. But we're going to talk about this in such a different way because she's going to be asking the questions and I'm going to answer them. But here's the deal though. She's theatrical, okay? It's not going to be like, so Shanika, tell me about yourself. It's going to be like, so Shanika, tell me about yourself. Okay, it's just a lot. Okay, so we're just going to accept her for who she is in theater and all of that. And we're going to keep it moving, keep trucking along, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and start. Let me be quiet. Let me act like the interviewee and let her take the floor. All right, Mama, go ahead.
Well, thank you, baby girl. I'm glad to interview you today. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Shanika. Y'all, she knows all of this stuff, but we're going to keep going like she doesn't. But no, seriously though, my name is Shanika and I am the second youngest of 6 of a blended family. So there's 5 of us girls and 1 boy. Yes, he gets it all, okay? But no, seriously, I was born in Orlando, Florida, raised in Jonesboro, Georgia, and went to Bethune-Cookman University, Wildcats, but went to Bethune-Cookman University for my undergraduate degree, and then I also played volleyball there. So where else I want to take us? Oh, yes. So as we move forward, I got married in 2013 to my college sweetheart, and we immediately, once he was at school doing his graduate degree, once he came back, we got pregnant, thank God, and things just moved fast. Got a new house, got kids, and it just kept going and going. New job, everything just kept going. It was really fast. But anyway, we have currently been married for almost 9 years in September. Whoop, whoop. And then we have 4 kids. Like I said earlier, 3 pregnancies, a set of twins, and the other 2 are single babies. But 3 girls and 1 boy. All right. So I think that's all about myself. What do I love? I love playing and coaching volleyball. Like that is my passion. Hanging out with friends, hanging out with family, doing things like stuff together. I love doing stuff like that. What else do I like doing? I love coloring. That's adult coloring. And my mom is back there telling me that I like to eat. Okay, I like to eat.
Cooking.
Oh, she said I like to cook. She went like this. So anyway, cooking. I love cooking. I love experimenting. I didn't say I was like bomb diggity at it, but I just love to do it. But I do love eating. I am a foodie. I like my food together. I'm not the one that has to have my food in different sections, like my bread can't touch my greens. No, it's all going together. Okay? Coming in, going out the same spot. But anyway, that's besides the point. But sorry, TMI. But yes, that is me. That is who I am. Just a little bit. I think that's it. I'm sure I love other things, but I'm sure I don't have much time for that. But all right, Mama, next question.
Can you talk to us about your journey into motherhood?
Okay, yeah. So I want to kind of go back just a little. So when I was younger, I used to babysit all the time. I love kids. Love babysitting and watching them. And I really was good at it. I think I had one of my mom's coworkers' sons. I think he was like 8 weeks old and and now he's about to graduate high school. So yeah, I had him when he was like a baby and I babysat him for a while. But that kind of started my mothering skills, but it made me feel like I can do this. Like I like kids. Like I like working with kids. I like doing this thing. So fast forward for sure. My husband and I we was talking about like, yeah, we want 5 kids and we want to, really, really, we want a mixture of boys and girls and things like that. So we get, I don't know. I don't know when we got pregnant. Probably like June. I don't remember. But anyway, we got pregnant in 2014. And we decided to have a midwife. We wanted to kind of go more on the natural state. And so we went to all the appointments and everything was great. And then, with midwives, they kind of like do things in a certain way. So we were in a facility. So what I mean is we had to wait. So she would listen to the baby and, the baby has a great heart rate and all these things. And so we couldn't see the baby until 5 months. So a lot of my friends got together and we were like, okay, we wanted to do a gender reveal / baby shower. No, it was like a gender reveal, I think. Yeah. So we were doing gender reveal. So we went to our appointment. We were so excited, like, yeah, woo, let's figure this out. Y'all, the lady looked at us and was like, nobody told you? We literally looked at her like, what? Nobody told us what? We didn't get scared or nothing like something was wrong, but because she said it in an exciting way, we were like, what? She was like, there's 2. We were like, what? 2 babies? Man, we came here to figure out the gender, not to figure out how many. So 5 months, we found out we were having twins. Not only did we find out in that appointment that we were having twins, but that there were 2 girls. So it was, the reason I'm telling is because it was so exciting to go to that reveal and everybody thought we were just telling them the gender. So we went and then, we had, I think it was me, I can't remember. We put 2 yellow balloons inside of 1 clear balloon. So we went into there and then everything happened and then we let the balloon up. Everybody was like, yeah, it's a girl. We were like, no, y'all need to look. And they were like, oh, twins. So it was like really exciting. So fun. I mean, everything changed in the reveal. And at that point, our lives went zoom. Very, very fast. So we had our girls. We went all the way up. And at that point, the midwife said we had to go to a OBGYN. And so we found an amazing doctor, Dr. Gilmore, our Black sister. And she is no longer in Daytona Beach, but she delivered all 3 of my girls. But I got with her for the twins. And she was amazing. And she has a set of twins herself and an older baby. But anyway, older child too. So I felt she could relate to me and she knew how to take care of me and really listen to me and really cared. So I loved her. We had the baby. She knew I wanted to have him vaginally. Boom, boom, boom. We moved fast forward. We get up until, by the way, I worked for all of my pregnancies all the way up to the end for the most part. So with the twins, we went to the hospital and we had them. And there's another video that I did that kind of explained like what really happened. Because I can't go into detail right now, not that I don't want to, but it's just gonna be a lot. So with the twins, I had 1 vaginally and 1 cesarean. The doctor, my OB knew. She was like, I'm sorry, we have to cut one of the babies out. I was like, no, but she knew what I really wanted. But of course, twins, they had to be born in the OR just in case something funky happened. But the first twin was vaginally, and then the second twin was C-section. That's my twins, and they are 7 years old, healthy and strong, and you can tell who is baby A and you can tell who is baby B. But keep going on to my other baby, Mila. We went in. You will also see another video that explains how we found out the gender and everything. But we went in. She was I wouldn't say oopsie, but we had birth control, the ring, but we found out that the ring wasn't working. Once we found out we were pregnant, that the ring fell out. So there was a birth control called the ring, and yeah, it fell out and we didn't even know. So she is definitely one of those babies that we were like, oh, we weren't expecting this, but we still loved her. And still love her, by the way. Yeah, so that happened. And then we had her as a VBAC. We didn't even think about midwife. I think I had a cesarean. So I was like, I don't think I really knew that I could have a midwife after and try VBAC with a midwife, but at that time. But I stayed with my doctor because she was amazing, and I had great experience with the twins. The nurses and everybody was amazing. And so with Mila, same experience, but we were able to have a VBAC with her. And we really wanted a boy, but we found out she was a girl. We eventually moved past that, and God gave her the name Mila. Literally, it came from God. We were going to name the boy Miles, but God changed that up for us. But anyway, so Mila. And she was a VBAC, healthy, strong baby girl. And then we moved forward about 4 years later up to right now, about July, or back to 2020, I got pregnant with the baby boy. So what happened was we found out we were pregnant. We really intentionally tried to plan for him because I was like, okay, I'm getting a little older. We really wanted that boy. And so I know I did. So we decided to go ahead and try again. And thank God we did get pregnant again. We decided to have a midwife this time. That time, boom, we had him. We got a midwife the whole time. Certain things happened, but it was okay pregnancy. And we had him as a home hospital birth. And you will see, and there's a video on YouTube about that, his birth story. And you can also hear what has happened with his birth story as well. But long story short, we labored at home and honestly delivered at the hospital. And it was a great experience. Healing from him was very different. And all the healings were different because I had a vaginal and C-section at the same time. So that pain was extremely intense for 2 weeks. And then Mila, I kind of recovered a lot better. I kind of bounced back. I was 28. So with the twins, I was 26. Mila, I was 28. And with NJ, I was 32 when I had him. So obviously you could tell that the body changes over time and how I'm able to recover. But this last pregnancy, he told my body, okay. But I'm thankful for him. But I just expected to be in a different state. So when it comes to mothering all 3 of them, it definitely takes balance. I have 3 rambunctious little girls, 7 and 5. And they are honestly me split in 3. And so I apologize. She's over there nodding her head. I apologize to my mom pretty frequently because I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Because, honey, I'm over here. It's a lot. Taking them to sports, dealing with school, making sure, they don't get lost and things. It's just a lot. But taking care of all 4 of them now is really a lot. And so I really have to learn how to balance. As you know, it's different having kids and not having kids. It's different from going from 2 to 1, 2 to 3, and from 3 to 4. It's just different. So I really am learning how to balance. And when I say learning, I'm literally every day trying to be a better mom because this bad boy is challenging. It's challenging, to deal with postpartum depression, to deal with all of that stuff. It's just a lot. It's a lot. But I do think that having my placenta encapsulated with my baby boy helped. And I still have some of those left. And so it kind of helps to regulate those hormones in such a different way. But yeah, so mothering has been interesting. It definitely makes me step back and reflect often, like, Shanika, you gotta do this. Shanika, you need to calm down. Shanika, reflect. Shanika, show the kids you love them. Yeah, it makes me self-reflect a lot because it's a certain way I want them to see me, and so I'm gonna have to discipline myself in certain areas. So yeah, that's my mothering journey. There's a lot I didn't expect, so we are learning every day. That was a lot, but yeah, here we go. Next question, Mom.
Wow, you had a lot happen all at once. I was going to ask you how you was trying to balance it out, but I think you kind of said it a little bit. It's a challenge. It's a day-by-day experience. But tell me, can you share if you were able to still know who you were in the midst of being a mama?
It's a good question. So I know one thing I knew that my time was going before I had kids, I knew my time was going to be split. Once I had kids, I knew I wasn't going to be as free. So I kind of wish I would have had thought about that a little bit more before I had kids. But like I said, everything moved very fast. But how am I able to balance all of that? That was a question, right?
Yes.
How was I able to balance?
Not just balance it, but did you find you?
Yes. I'm sorry. I started to realize that I didn't know who I was at like 29. And then that was like after the three girls. And then at 30, I started this discovering me type of journey. And I think that's how it started for me at that 30 or 31. I think it was 31. Just trying to just really figure out who I am. Who is Shanika outside of being a wife, outside of being a mom, outside of being a caregiver, outside of being a daughter, outside of being a friend, outside of being someone who goes to church all the time. I'm just trying to figure out who I am outside of that. I can honestly say I'm still learning. I'm better than I was at 30 and 31, like before, but I still have a lot to discover. Taking that time to myself, taking drives by myself. I'm still learning to accept the silence because it's really weird when things are silent. I feel like I need to be doing something. And so, yeah, discovering who I am has definitely been a journey, and I'm not there yet, and I'm still working on it as we speak. But I don't want to forget me, because soon my children are going to be older, and they're not going to want to sit on mommy's lap, and not going to want to sit beside mommy, and not going to want to hang out. They're going to want to be in their room and do their own thing. And I have to be okay with that. And at that point, be okay with being by myself. If my friends are not available to talk, be okay with just hanging out with Shanika. And I don't want to be afraid of that. And so I'm really learning how to appreciate the silent moments and learn how to function in a healthy way in the loud moments. So I hope that answered the question.
Wow, that was deep. Thank you for sharing that piece of information with us, Shanika.
For sure.
But tell me, do you feel ready to be a mom?
Did I feel ready to be a mom? No. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I definitely I thought I was, with the babysitting and all of that before having kids. But once I started having these kids, I was like, like, I knew how to keep them alive. I was talking to another mother before. She was like, I know how to feed them and keep them alive. And that's kind of what I know how to do. But you really think there's this like blueprint to be a mom, and there's not. So learning how to be a mom is definitely, like I said before, learning about me is everyday process. Same thing as learning to be a mom. I feel like some people it comes like really natural, and some people you have to kind of break certain things off you and deal with certain things before you can mother your kids properly. So I think that was kind of me. I had to really break certain things off and really kind of accept, like, my kids are not 10. They don't know how to be quiet in church and sit down for 15 minutes. They're 1 and 2 years old. They're not going to be quiet. And I have to kind of accept certain things. And I think if I really focused in on my psychology class like I was supposed to, I would have kind of understood the child development stages and understanding how their minds operate. I think I need to accept that. Like, I'm going to have to repeat myself over and over. I have to teach them how to respect. I have to teach them how to eat. I have to teach them these things. And I didn't realize that I was not only a teacher in the classroom, but I'm also a teacher at home. I literally have to teach everything because they come out knowing nothing. They know how to drink. Like most of the kids know how to suck and like drink milk and things like that. But for the most part, they really don't know how to do anything. So we are the caregivers for them for a long time in teaching them. And I learned, God told me a long time ago, I heard about this, I read the scripture and heard about the scripture, train up the child the way they should go. But I never really understood what it meant by train up the child. And when you train, I think about physical activity. You're trying to work to get yourself to a certain physical look or emotional or mental or internal way of living. And it doesn't take like 2 days, or not even a month or two. It could take more than a year. Training my body to do what I wanted to do. It's the same thing with children. They're not going to automatically get it. Training means to do it repetitively over and over and over, to teach, reteach, and all those things. That's what training means. They're not going to quickly get it. So that's kind of what I'm still learning to accept when I'm understanding train up the child the way they should go. They're not going to automatically get it. I have to teach them. So yeah, I didn't feel like I was ready, and I still don't. I still feel very incapable sometimes. I'd be like, God, this ain't what I signed up for. I don't want to do this. But you can't just, I don't want to say you can't because it has happened, but I'm not going to just throw in the towel like that on my kids. I'm not going to do that. I'll take on the stress before I push them out like that. So yeah, I'm still working on that. Accepting where I am in life, like learning how to be me, learning about myself, how to heal and recover from things, but I also still got to raise my kids. It's like you're doing a lot at once, but you don't want to fail at anything, that type of thing. So yeah, I am definitely more confident in my mothering skills than I was before. It's coming along, but yeah.
You're right about that, Shanika. It's a day-by-day experience.
Mm-hmm.
But tell us, would you share just one thing you love about being a mom and one thing you would change?
Okay, I'll start with one thing that I'm going to end with a positive here, okay? So I'm going to start with one thing that I would change. I would definitely change my way of discipline. What I mean is I would love to be more on the gentle side. Not saying a pushover mom, but I would really love to be the mom that can just look at you and you know what I'm saying. Or quietly say, go clean your room, please. Without any anger inside of me, without any frustration, without any, those were the two good ones. But without any frustration, because I'm tired of repeating myself, telling you to clean your room. I want to be able to tell you to nicely go clean your room. Do not ask me any questions. Just please go clean your room. I think I would love to like go to classes like that for gentle parenting. You can scroll through social media and scroll through the internet to figure out like creative ways to gently parent your children. But God knows all of our children individually, and He knows their kryptonite. So I would really, really, really have to really dig deep to find and spend time with God. I really need to ask Him about that and continue to ask Him, because I don't want to be the yelling parent. I don't want to be the parent that their kids are like, hey, my mama used to yell. She used to yell all the time. I don't want to be like that. I really want them to be like, my mama, all she had to do was look at me and I knew what she was saying, honey. So I just kind of want to, because but all of my girls and my boy, he's still young, 9 months, but all of my kids, they have a kryptonite. The oldest one, you have to get up with her like, hey girl, this is what I'm saying. I need you to go do it. And she kind of laughs when she gets in trouble, but we kind of have to fix that. But she's like more on the mature side, so she kind of understands what we asking her to do. Does she want to do it all the time? No, but she knows. The second twin, honey, if you even look at her crazy, why are you looking at me like that? Girl, if you don't go do what I told you to do, like, Mom, that hurt my feelings the way you just looked at me. A look. So I have to I go off in that moment, but I really have to retract and be like, okay, she's more on the emotional side. She's very in tune with her emotions. So I have to be a little more gentle with her. Honey, this youngest baby, boss baby. Boss. You can't tell her nothing. Can't tell her nothing. You can say like Mila, and she'll turn around like the third time. I called you the first time, honey. Spankings don't work for her. Putting her downstairs, don't even ask her to go downstairs for timeout because she's not going. Why? Because she's scared to go downstairs by herself. It's too scary down there. And so it's a lot. So I have to figure out, we as parents, my husband and I have to figure out what works for each child. We literally have to guide one, look at one carefully, and speak gently to one. It's just so different. So raising them up as parents, takes discipline and talking with God, but also really drawing back on what you really probably want to do and abstaining from that, so that child can really, so you can kind of cultivate what's inside of them and not kill it, because some things inside of them need to grow and some things need to be pushed back. So we want to, as parents, want to know the difference. So as a mom, yeah, I would really love to parent discipline differently. Let's go ahead and go into something that I would like to do, something that I feel like I enjoy. I enjoy like sports for them. Them doing things that, me seeing them do things that where they light up, they're really excited, they feel proud and things like that. I love seeing them doing things. Right now they're in gymnastics, before it was basketball, but just seeing them light up to do certain things, playing with friends, going to the playground, that's what I love. I love seeing them playing together and have a good bond. That's my favorite part of mothering, knowing that at the end of the day, these girls love me in spite of how I talk to them or how I handle them in a way that I feel like I could have done better. They're so forgiving. They're so forgiving, and I appreciate that. They treat me as though mommy didn't do anything wrong, and I love it. And so I appreciate the grace they consciously and unconsciously give me. So that's my favorite part of mothering. Did I answer those two questions?
I think you did an awesome job on doing that, Shanika.
Okay, good.
Although you said I yelled a lot, but we'll talk about that later.
I didn't say you yelled a lot. I said, well, you did yell, but we can talk about that during your interview. Mm-hmm. But you yelled, but that's probably what works for us. But it's not working for my kids. Y'all turned out perfect. Yes, but it's not working for my kids. The generations are changing. They will look at you like, who you yelling at? Ma'am? So yeah, go ahead.
Okay then, if there's a mom listening that might be struggling and looking for similar resources, what would you share with them?
I want to address this resources part. When we talk about resources, I want us to kind of talk about what is helping me to keep going. You have I'm a part of a mommy club. What I mean is, like, we meet like once a month, like virtually, to kind of just share how we're doing, kind of catch up, really just hear stories from moms that are relatable, make you feel like you're not alone. So find a support group and talk to friends. Don't hide out. Acknowledge how you're feeling and address it immediately. Find a therapist. Those things are really helpful to processing and unpacking the things in life, because mothering is a 24/7 job as we know it. And so I would definitely say, don't seclude yourself unless God has called you to do that. But if you're doing it because of offense, if you're doing it because you're too tired and there's certain things, you want to kind of push yourself out there so that you won't get into a dark place. So find those resources. They're out there. You can always email us here and we can kind of get you connected to as best as we can. We're based out of the Georgia area, but please know that we can ask other moms for other connections as well. So I'll put my if you're on YouTube, I'll have the email link below and things like that. But yes, so what would I share? Being a mom of 4 was, like I said in the beginning, we wanted 5. But we're done with 4. We're good, thank God. And I would just tell you to not give up. So cliche, right? But we need to hear it. We really do. What I mean by not give up, don't give up on yourself. Don't pour so much into other people that you forget about you. It's all about balancing. You're important. Your children are important. If you're married, your spouse, your significant other is important. Okay? The dad is important, you know? And so we want to make sure that you really, really, really don't forget who you are. Before we had kids, we were individuals. And before we were married, we were individuals, if you are in that status. But just enjoy the current stage. And that's something my husband and I are really trying to do. Enjoy life where you are. Listen, people are dying. The world is in an uproar. Things are happening. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, grocery prices are sky high. I mean, it's high. We can't sit in this life and complain. We can have a moment, but we can't stay there. So just really, really, really taking the moment to say every day, I am thankful for this. I am thankful for that. God, thank you for this. God, thank you for this. And you know what, God, I need help in this area. God, please help me grow in this area. God, please help me see your perspective through this area. Just really enjoying life and appreciate who you are and where you are. Honestly, I would rather be smaller in my weight, but me and my family and friends are like, hey girl, you just pushed out almost 10-pound baby. You just went through a whole pregnancy. Be gentle with yourself. It's okay. You've had 4 kids. And it's like, all that's true. But you know, at the end of the day, even as a personal trainer, it's just like, but, no buts about it. As my mom always says, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think it's the educator in her. But but I would just say, enjoy life. Do what you can to enjoy life. Anything, do things that are healthy for you and that cause you to see life through God's perspective. And don't forget you. Don't forget about who you are. It's very important. But yeah, that is the word that I would give to you, mothers that can relate. Mom, do you have any other questions?
Well, I think you've answered most of the questions that I have for the day. In fact, you did answer most of the questions I have for the day. Okay, and good. I like how you remember it at the end of the day, it's still about you, because as the old saying goes, if mama's not happy, nobody's going to be happy. But True. You're doing an awesome job from what I see from a distance. But we'll talk about all that later. But keep on keeping on and keep God first. And each day is a new day. And all 3 children are unique, extraordinary, and all 4 children, I'm sorry,
That's
are
all right.
unique, extraordinary, and irreplaceable. And God gave them to you for a reason, to empower the world.
Yeah, you always use that word empower, and I think it's very good. Empower the world. They are our future, so I got it. We have to do as parents the best thing we can with them. The best way we can raise them up, we should do that. But yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to, what I mean is, like, did you need me to elaborate on anything, or we're good?
I think we're good, and I know your audience will look forward to hearing all your different podcasts with your different people that you're interviewing, and understanding Rome was not built in a day, and you got something to share and educate each person with. Yeah. So I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy day. One child is asleep and the rest in school. So taking the time out your busy day to enlighten each of the people that are watching your podcast. your first and the beginning of many more success or adventures.
Thank you. But yes, Mom, thank you. Y'all give her a clap. Woo! We are very excited because we are about to release this bad boy. And so stay tuned for more episodes of the OBM podcast. Today you had the interviewer Sharon Reddick. You had my host, I am the host, excuse me, but you had her as the interviewer, and I think she did a theatrical interview. It was great. And so please stay tuned for another episode of the OBM podcast. Until we meet again, stay cool, enjoy life,
and stay blessed.
Have a good one, ladies. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the OBM podcast. We look forward to you joining us next week to hear a story from a mom near you. So until we hear each other again, please be sure to take it easy, be blessed, and smile. Remember, you can enjoy life.